Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Coffee Talk. I am Coach Roxanne, and you are joining me live on the Better Body Fitness fan page. Right, you gotta own it, right? You gotta own it. Like, it's not like, hi, this is Roxanne. Thank you for joining me here.
That was the March version of you. 2020. March 2020.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, my friends. Michelle, good morning. Yes, it's crazy the amount of confidence you gain by doing something repeatedly. Ashley, good morning. We are posting up, is it on Monday? Yes, on Monday. Dee Dee, good morning. We're posting up the July 4th workout from last July. And you're going to notice a little difference in the Roxanne that shows up then to the Roxanne that shows up now. Who else do we got here? We've got Dee Dee, Deanna, Renee joining live today. I love it. Jill, I'm back. I love it. Corey, good morning. Hootsek, good morning. Tammy, good morning. Corey, good morning. Coach, congrats on Best of the Bay. Thank you. You know what? I mean... Okay, thank you. There's PMS. If I talk too much about it, it's going to be the waterworks. Good, thank you so much. That's so funny. What else? No, I lost my list. Stacy, good morning. Kimberly, good morning. Charlene, Beth, I survived. Robin, good morning. Janet, good morning. So last July, it's funny, whenever we go back and look at the beginning videos from COVID, like we literally both laugh. I get in front of the camera, I'm like, good morning. Hi, everybody. I'm Roxanne. That is not who you get today, right? Like I could get on here and be like, good morning. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me on Coffee Talk. This is Roxanne. No. Marsha, good morning. Carrie, good morning. Jody, good morning. Amy, yes, congrats. Thank you so much. I love it. If you've been doing something for a long time, I hope that you do it with confidence. I hope you do it with passion. I hope you do it with positivity, energetically, with love. Like, that's the only way to go. Amy, good morning. You wouldn't have half the listeners. You know what? Have you ever listened to somebody who it was like listening to paint dry? Hi. Thanks for joining.
My name's Carol. I'm from the Civil War.
I really enjoy a cup of hot tea.
Hey, what's the title of today's Coffee Talk?
Well, funny. It's called Win, Lose, Either Way, Don't Stop. But this is after I crossed out 80-20. It's one of those Monday mornings where I'm like, man, I'm not really feeling like talking about anything. Cotton Eye Joe.
All right, so I just thought of this. So we talked about what she was going to talk about before she got on here, right? And I know the premise. She said, what is it? Win, lose, or draw? Win, lose, or stay the same? I don't know what.
Yeah, win, lose, either way, don't stop.
All right, so basically I'm going to set it up here a little bit.
Well, do you want to pull up a chair?
No, I have other things to do. Celebrate. It's important to celebrate your wins, but not get lazy in celebrating them, right? And then it's also important to know that if you suffered a defeat, right, to not just all of a sudden fall apart and quit.
Right.
But this is what I told Coach Roxanne. So first of all, my friends, we are so pumped about winning Best of the Bay. We've been nominated in years past, and the fact that this was the craziest year of our entire lives. We completely transitioned into an area that was completely unknown. We built a beautiful family. We have so many amazing new friends. The transformations, the testimonials, the interactions, the coffee talks, the new nuggets. It just is. We have never had more fun doing what we do, and we have never had more excitement about helping individuals than we have in the last 15 months. And not to say that the last 8 years of our lives haven't been well spent, but this has just been something absolutely special, like amazing for us. And I told Roxanne, I said, man, like what an honor. Mm-hmm. Let's go get the next one.
Let's go get the next one.
Yep. And I mean, like, there's just something about celebrating that win.
I'm just going to say, we're unstoppable.
Let's go get the next one.
We're unstoppable.
So I'm sharing this with you. I'm sharing this with you, right? I'm not, what do the people say? Not to impress you, to impress upon you that thank you, because none of this would be possible without you. However,
right.
We are going to celebrate this win.
Yep.
And we're going to do everything now for the next 12 months to get better,
Yep.
to improve, and to go get the next one. And that's
Right.
exactly what today's talk is about. Whether you got the trophy and you win, or whether you took a bump and you didn't get the trophy, even if we didn't win it, we're not going to try to be the best we can be. So that's kind of what this conversation is about, because we're getting ready to prepare for a July 4th holiday, and we're a lot of our members have just come out of either a 21-day challenge or a 90-day accountability challenge. And so, anyways, have fun.
It's funny, I had a thought, and believe it or not, I lost it. Oh, you know what I was going to say? I love her, but you know when she's on my lap and I'm trying to talk, I can't concentrate. What I was going to say is, and I guess it goes right hand in hand with this, and I didn't think about it, was when we first started out in the virtual platform, it was, boy, we were very overweight in what we were doing, right? We didn't know. We were just throwing stuff together, trying to make things work. And here we are now, what is it, 12, 13, 16 months later, the growth has been small. The growth has been small, but there has been growth in every area every single month, with the coffee talks, with the nuggets, with the challenge, with the 21 tough challenges, with the recipes, with the fit challenges. Like every month there's growing, and there are things happening behind the scenes that we wish were growing faster, but things are coming. We have an app that's happening right now, but it takes time. Like we have we have another platform coming, but again, things take so much time. But it's growth. You never stop. You never stop, no matter how slow the growth is. No matter how slow the results are, you just never stop. All right, so my mind is mishmash today. Like I don't know, ladies, if you ever get this. Like I'm all over the place. I've got I don't even know if my notes today go together, but I'm gonna talk through them anyway. And why is that? We've had a lot of things happen. Like this weekend we had our 90-day accountability challenge end. There was so much power in that. Seeing what you guys accomplished in 12 weeks was super powerful. I know some of you were like 1 or 2 away, and all I want to say to that is, I hope that you didn't give up. I hope you extended that end date by a day or two to achieve that goal, because you do have the power to do that. Nothing is ever so written in stone that you don't have the grace of a day. So I just want you to know that. Our 21 Tough Challenge number 10 ended yesterday. Like there's so much power in that. What else so I was reminiscing this weekend as I was thinking about the 12-week challenge and the 21 Tough Challenge and just everything that I've accomplished in the past year. Like I am a better person because of COVID. I don't know if a lot of people can say that. I don't know if a lot of people will say that. I am a better person because of COVID. There are things now that I didn't realize were so important to me and that I cherished and that I maybe wasn't giving enough attention to because I was so busy with the everyday, the go, that I never took time to just sit back and realize like, how much energy am I giving to my home? How much energy am I giving to my spouse? How much energy am I giving to my children, to my friends? Instead, I will tell you, I was giving so much energy to the business. And not that I'm not now, but I realize when I start to get worn down and I start to get tired, I really have to refocus on where I'm putting my energy because time is flying. Time is flying. I have had no children in my home now since January. It's been 6 months. I still have been living my life like I have children in my home. Like I haven't even transitioned to this new woman who doesn't have any children at home. I don't know. That might not, it's crazy to me though. I still live as though there are children in my home because I haven't really taken the time to appreciate like, wow, I am in a new stage of life. It's very empowering and scary and overwhelming all at the same time. And some of you might even be in transitions like that yourself. I started talking about this last Wednesday. Like it's just take a moment and take a breath and appreciate where you're at, appreciate the fact that you have a job to go to, that you have a home to go to, that you have a spouse who loves you and supports you. And maybe things are tough right now. Maybe your job is tough. Maybe things with your spouse are tough. But just take a moment to really appreciate where you're at. Something else that I wanted to take a little bit of time to appreciate was, so when we started the first 21 Tough, it was in last September. And Coach Chuck had decided to give up alcohol. I believe it might have been 2 or 3 weeks before that happened. And when he decided, sometimes I think I try, sometimes I think I try to live like I don't have 5 kids. Oh, Amy, I love you. Lori, I always remember you saying back in the day, COVID didn't happen to us, but for us. I agree so much. I took this life for granted, but today I live in the day. And you know, if you're somebody who thinks that nothing, okay, I just got to get rid of that thing. If you're somebody who thinks that nothing else now can happen, boy, it's easy to fall back into the false securities of the world. What I have come to realize through COVID is you can only be secure in what you can be secure in your love, in your honor, in your word. Like those are the only things that you can be secure in. And I really think that's something that COVID taught me. Anything can be taken from us. You know, I can't even get into all, maybe that's another talk. But yes, COVID did not happen to me. COVID happened for me. It answered so many of my prayers that you pray for things and sometimes they don't show up like we thought they would. And just appreciating that your prayers were answered no matter how they were answered. It can be a scary ride. It is a scary ride, but you just got to go along with it. So Chuck gave up alcohol. It was last August. I wasn't on board yet until he was a couple weeks in. And then on September 6th, I decided I was going to give up alcohol as well. At the time, I think I was going to try and do 30 days or that first 21 Tough challenge. And I actually made it. I don't have it written down. I think I made it 180 some days. And then on March 8th, that was the first time. It was my birthday and I did have a cocktail out for my birthday. And then we went on vacation and I had cocktails on my vacation. And I had some cocktails over Memorial Day. But I want to tell you, I want to give you a number, a stat that is the first time in my life since I have been of drinking age that I can give a number like this and how I am super proud of it. Sometimes we think that it has to be all or nothing. And I know for some of you, like Lisa, I know for you, alcohol it's a no-go. And it's been 3 years. I have had alcohol on 16 occasions since September 6th. So it hasn't quite been a year and there might be a couple more. 16 times. What is your vice? What is your addiction that you can go back and say, I've only had it this many times in the past year? For me, it's been 16 times. That is such a massive win for me. That is such a massive accomplishment. Before COVID, it was maybe 16 days I wasn't having cocktails over a year. I mean, and that might be a little excessive, but it's because it wasn't even a thought. It was my addiction, but it just was. Like, I joked about it all the time. I joked about, it was wine memes and it was wine jokes but deep down the joke was for real. Wine, alcohol, whatever it was, it had such a grip on me, such a power. And the reason I want to come to you today and tell you that I am at only 16 occasions of, and not any of those 16 have I been intoxicated. It's been in control. I am finally in control of it. That's what I want to talk to you about. I know for some of you, sugar has such a hold on you. I know it does. I know you think about it when you get up in the morning. I know you think about it when you go to bed at night. I know when you get stressed, it's what you turn to. I know when you celebrate, it's what you turn to. That's what alcohol was for me. I finally have control of it. We went to a friend's house this weekend. We played games, and never in my life would I have even thought about doing something like that without cocktails. Now it's not even a thought. I'm also not thinking about trading that for sugar. I am finally in control. Now, you know, sometimes when we do these things, we have that first cocktail and we think that we've lost. We have that first cocktail and we think we've failed, instead of thinking, I had a cocktail and I was in control. Let me read a couple comments here. Michelle, here too. Finding you and Chuck has forever changed my life. Michelle, right back at you. And it's true. I don't say that tongue in cheek. I remember getting on, I'm pointing to the office because I was standing there that very first time I got on a phone call with you and just talked about what your life had been like. And even at that point, you kind of didn't know what direction you were going to take, but you joined us for our 21-day challenge, and you've been with us ever since. Like, I don't forget those things. Those aren't just, people don't just come to us and it's like, oh, we have another new member. Yay. That's not what it's like for us. We are a family. We are a 300 strong family. You are a part of the family if you're a part of the family. It's crazy how people jump into the community, but they don't want to say anything. They want to be really quiet and they want to be back in the shadows. And I get some of you are scared and you're shy, but I'll tell you, being a part of this community, jumping in, cracking a joke, having a laugh, being vulnerable, that's what this family is to me. It's more than just a community. It's more than just a cash cow. It's more than that to us. Not everybody can say that. I can tell you that from my heart. I can tell you the people who have reached out to me, who have shared where a coffee talk has meant something more to them than just getting on and hearing a message for the day. You are so much more than that to us. And even if you are not a member of our community, because several of you on here are not, you still, the fact that you get on here and that we have that bond means more to me than you will ever know. It means more to me. This is more than just something I do to earn a paycheck. It's so much more. I can go anywhere and earn a paycheck. I can do that anywhere. You guys are special. You are something special to me. I don't just look forward to hopping on here and getting up onto my soapbox and preaching. It's not what it's about to me. You guys are so much more. I know I could shed a little tear, but I'm not going to do it. Kimberly, I have goosebumps. I love this BBF family, and that's why it's so special. There's something special here because you guys make it special. Chuck and I, sure, we're a part of it, but it's all of us. It's not just us. And when we were in the facility, I can't tell you how many days I felt like it was just us. Yes, we had people we shared love with. Robin, I know you're on here. You were one of those people who will always, always, always be near and dear to my heart forever and ever and ever. But there were so many days I walked out of that building feeling just absolutely alone, going into my vehicle to decompress, sitting there for 15, 20 minutes, scrolling through Facebook. And now there's just such a different feeling of love, of empowerment, of support, of community, something I have never felt before. When I say that, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, from the core of my soul. I have feelings now that I have never felt before. I have a new passion to lead like I have never had before. I didn't really have a passion for leading. When we were in the facility, I didn't have a passion to lead. I loved to be around people. I did, but a passion to lead I didn't have. COVID brought something out of me I didn't know existed, and I will forever be grateful for what the past 16 months has brought to my life. Renee, I so agree. I only wish I would have found you all sooner, but timing is everything. Timing is everything. I believe you found us at just the right time when you were meant to find us, when we were meant to come into your life. It all happens for a reason. It all happens. Carrie, I'm forever grateful for COVID. I looked in the mirror and said, get it together. Then I found you and Chuck and just finished my 7th challenge, hitting goals I never thought were achievable. I love that. I'm on the verge, my friends. Ashley, had alcohol for the first time yesterday since the 21-day challenge started and felt terrible after having one drink. Yeah, you know, again, we have done so many talks about alcohol. It's a depressant. It's a drug. I don't care what, it's a drug. It controls you when you let it in too much. It becomes for me, it used to be like, I gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the store and I gotta get a bottle of wine. I gotta have a drink. Oh, it's, you know, I would text Chuck at work. Oh, it's stressful. Something emotional happened. Boo hoo hoo. I need alcohol. That was how I lived my life. And alcohol, I will tell you, it kept me there. It kept me in the pit. If you are somebody who has a cocktail every day, I really want you to think about that. Do you find yourself in that pit, craving that alcohol? It might not be what's going on in your life. It might actually be the alcohol keeping you pulled down in that pit. Some people have no issue with it. And I would have told you in the midst of drinking, I didn't have a problem with it. I said it for years until I'd have too much one day and I'd have a hangover, feel like crap, and then I'd be like, oh, I have to quit drinking. And it would last for a few days until something happened again. And I didn't have the power I thought I didn't have the power to control the alcohol. And then I would just drink it because I felt like the alcohol brought so much to my life and that I was able to cope better. No, I wasn't coping at all. I wasn't coping at all. I was numbing everything I was going through with alcohol. Beth, you too have done so much more for my mindset, not to mention the nutrition and workout aspect. You know, again, right back at you, Beth, you have brought something to our lives. And for me, knowing what you have gone through and knowing that you have stood up and taken power back and taken control over a horrible situation, you bring that inspiration and that motivation to my life. And I tell myself all the time, whenever there's something creeping up or maybe there's a bad day or something, it's nothing. It's nothing. Things could be so much worse. We are so blessed in the lives that we have and the people who love us and the people we love. We are so blessed. A bad moment, a bad day is nothing compared to what other people are going through. I tell myself that all the time. Coach Jackie's daughter just did a mission trip and we were told a little bit about what that was like. It was a nurse's thing. And it's not my story to share, but it just again made me realize how easy we have things, how wonderful we have things that we take for granted every single day. You know, Chuck's mother works at a place and they're very busy. It's a food shop, it's a coffee shop. And she said the people who come in and sometimes there's so much impatience, and I've seen it myself, going into a store and just seeing people so rude and so impatient, wanting to have things right now as fast as they can because it's their lunch break and they shouldn't have to wait. And I'm just like, man, we're so blessed to have places to go to even have a lunch break, to even have a coffee break, to have a job that allows us to leave to go get a coffee. But yet we're going to get ticked off because things aren't fast enough, because things aren't hot enough, because this person wasn't nice enough. Like we're such a spoiled culture. And I say it myself too. I was listening to a podcast this weekend and it was about struggle, and I'll probably do a talk about it. But the guy was like, have you ever been cut off in traffic? Somebody comes and cuts you off and you're up here with your hand gestures and you're mouthing all the words to them. And then he said, but what did you do when you cut the last person off? Because you've cut somebody off yourself. You can't say it didn't happen. It might have been an accident. Maybe there was an emergency, but you cut somebody off. How did you feel about them riding your tail, giving you the finger, voicing all the words to you? You were right. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it. You don't know what somebody else is going through, but we are so fast to jump in there, to judge, to criticize, to want them to be better than we are. We got to take a step back. We got to take a deep breath. We've got to find our grace. We've got to find our patience, right? This world, this life, it's so short. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. And we don't really appreciate that statement until tragedy strikes. I want to appreciate every single moment, every single day, every single win. Every single loss. I want to appreciate it all because at some point in time, I'm not going to remember them. I'm not going to have them. I'm going to get to a certain age and life is just going to kind of go by. That's the way it is, right? We get into our 80s. We don't get around as much anymore. We have to appreciate things now while we can. What do I got here? Hold on. I got a couple more comments here. Beth, Susan, do you still own the facility? We do not, my friend. We do not. We never owned it. We rented it and we do not. Beth, now you got the waterworks. I didn't mean it, Beth. I didn't mean to start the waterworks, but that's okay, right? It's all right to shed a couple tears. Chuck, extraordinary results come from doing the extraordinary. Hold on, my computer's just a little fussy with me these days. One day at a time, God moves mountains one day at a time, have faith. We never saw this coming. He did. He knew. We just followed and had faith. Have faith, my friends. But you know what? We shared a lot of tears during that time. We shared a lot of tears. We talked about the what ifs. We talk about the worst things that could happen. And even to this day, I'm never going to believe that everything is guaranteed. And when I start to feel that way, what I say is, what's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? If for some reason BBF would implode, what's the worst thing that would happen? I would go out and I would find somewhere else to bring my passion. I would try and bring my light to somebody else's life. Doesn't sound so bad, does it? That's the worst thing that could happen. The worst. All right, Sarah, whoa, this is powerful. I've been missing this, not joining these coffee talks. I love this BBF community. I love it too. I love it. Corey, my lowest point in January. I needed to make a change, saw you both, and the changes you have helped me create are fantastic. You don't appreciate your health until it's on the way out. And isn't that just a true statement? You know, there's a couple people, a couple family members, you know, whatever in my life. And I say that. I say, you know, I wish I could help them, but they're not going to be ready until something extremely powerful, until something life-changing happens. And even then, they may not be ready. But once they are, I'm here for them. I'm here for them in the loving, you know, most powerful way that Roxanne can be. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm always here. I'm always here to help somebody. Because I feel like we all need help at one point or another. Lynn, losing both my parents last year makes one appreciate the time spent with them. You remind me of how we should live daily. Grateful, forgiving, and loving. I love these morning talks. Lynn, thank you. I feel like your name is a new name to me. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, and I'm so happy you're on here with us today. Who else do we got on here? I feel like I've got all the comments, but again, my computer's just a little wonky. So... all right, I felt like I had so much more to talk about. I can't believe it's 7:26. So I'm gonna end it today, my friends. I feel like I just went through a time warp. I love you all. Like I love you all. I can't express enough how amazing this community really is, and from everything, from the support to the funny memes, to the sharing of the vulnerabilities, the accountability challenges, the workouts. I mean, it's funny, you know, I think people think that they're joining us for a workout. You find we are so much more than that. We are so much more than that when you really dig in and want to become a part of the community. You get so much more than a 40-minute workout with us. Renee, we love you. We love you. We love you. All right, my friends, join Coach Chuck at noon for the Noon Nugget. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Maybe we'll finish going through all of my mishmash of notes here. But go out and have a great day. Maybe try and bring a smile to somebody's face. Try and bring a little joy to somebody's life. That's what it's all about. We get such a short time on this earth. I feel like the goal should be to bring a little joy to everybody we come into contact with. I love you all. Go out and have just an amazing day, my friends.